Our training programs focus both on conventional trades as well as aspirational trades. Since people were staying indoors, we thought why not to grab this opportunity and take skill training at their doorstep.
Today we have with us Dr. P. Ghulam Nabi Suhail. Dr. Suhail has a Ph.D. in Development Studies, Masters in Public Policy and International Development, and MA in Indian History. He has worked with various prestigious institutions and organizations, both in India and abroad, and has conceptualized, supervised, and implemented programs on economic development and poverty alleviation, civil society, youth and women empowerment, social and business entrepreneurship, and many more. Apart from this, his scholarly works include projects and publications on political economy of development, governing globalization, land and water politics, microfinance, disaster and development, and third sector governance. Currently, Dr. Suhail is the Director and CEO of Jammu Kashmir Skills Development Mission. Thank you, Dr. Suhail, for joining us, and it's an absolute pleasure to have you with us today.
Thank you very much for having me here and for this important web series which you have started about the skill ecosystem in country. And it will be very interesting to share our experiences from this part of the world, how we are doing skilling here, not only in the normal times, but also in these challenging COVID times. That would be really interesting to share the experiences. Thank you very much.
All right. So to begin with, we would like to know about a couple of programs that you are running under this initiative for skilling, and what is the key focus of these programs?
There are like a couple of schemes which we are running here. Major being the Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana scheme. So under which we have already trained 15,435 candidates in around 23 sectors. Right now, 5,000 people are undergoing training. So the training has been halted and due to COVID. Besides PMKVY, then we are also implementing the Sankalp scheme, India Skills scheme, and other training programs at the UT level in J&K.
Right. So given the diverse interests that the youth that you cater to have, how are you catering to the beneficiaries in the regions, and do the programs also cater to diversity of these interests? And apart from industrial and corporate courses, are there any training programs for the revival of traditional practices in the region?
See, our training programs focus both on conventional trades as well as aspirational trades. Okay. So the training programs are actually, whether we, on the one hand, we are trying to impart skilling in handicrafts, paper mache, shawl weaving. Then we also are now starting programs in other, we have Kanishal and Basoli paintings and other UT we are imparting training in that. At the same time, the focus is on the aspirational trades as well, which include web designing, cybersecurity, graphic designing, beauty and wellness, and other training programs which actually now youth are inclined to. So yes, in one hand, preservation, promotion, and glamorization of traditional skills, but also actually focusing on the aspirational skills is actually the focus of JK's skill development mission. That being said, that also when we look at overall the collaboration which we talked about, all these training programs obviously are focusing on collaborations with industry, academia, and other government institutions in the private sector and private sector. So, so that's actually the focus. Our focus on the mission actually tries to actually works on the major key areas, which is one is like training delivery, essentially focus on not only the hard skills but also the soft skills. But then we have convergence and collaboration is very important area which we are trying to focus on. Then policy and design and research, which includes providing us with the guidance, doing the basic surveys, doing the research, and publishing the reports which we do, programs which we do here. One of the important areas which we actually try to thrust upon is quality assurance. So quality assurance is actually, happen not only in terms of, having the, training programs with the under national skill qualification framework, but also focusing majorly on the monitoring side of it,
Right.
both using the technology for monitoring as well as in the physical monitoring of the training institutions, and also the trainers and the candidates are followed by the tracking of the candidates for placement. And finally, this is something which we majorly try to focus on is education and awareness. Educating and awareness, especially focus on the career counseling, promotion, glamorization of the skills. This is actually done keeping in mind that not many youth are right now interested in going for skilling. So, but we are actually trying to glamorize the skill sector. So, skill competitions, for promotions, for awards, what different means. So, education and awareness program plays a very major role in that.
Right. All right. So, given the diversity of programs that you're running, and are you receiving a significant or equal number of female participation for these programs?
In fact, in some of the programs, we have more female participants than male. So it will be like, and
Okay.
there was like, so we have a program, somebody said in the industry and said, no, we should promote more female participation. I was like, I think we should promote more male participation in my part. Because there are more male candidates. So we have actually, if not equal number of female candidates, in some courses more. But then there are courses like, plumbing, might not find many, takers among the women. But I was surprised recently in South Kashmir, I found, mobile hardware training. Many girls are taking these courses. Electrician courses are taken by females. And we also, we had also challenges in this solar PV installation. I saw these female candidates taking training in these sectors, which were actually male bastion earlier. Right now, females are entering into these, otherwise male-dominated trades.
Right. So how are you making the training aspects more enriching? Do you also focus on non-technical aspects like soft skills and personality development to further improve the job readiness for these candidates?
We have, one is like all these trainings have a component of soft skills. That includes communication skills, that include leadership skills, that include personality development programs. Besides that, what we have a special leadership development program. So we have one program which we run with the Bridge Institute Singapore, and the name of the program is 1,000 Leaders Program. So we are actually intending to create 1,000 leaders here in J&K. Each district, focusing at least 40, 50 leaders in each district. Societal leaders. Likewise, we are actually trying to reach training building programs for the trainers itself. We are also intending to do the career counseling and capacity building programs for the IIT and Polytechnic College teachers, as well as school department, education department teachers, and private education department teachers. We will believe that institutional building and the capacity building of existing instructors, teachers, and professors is critically important. So that they can actually build the capacity of these students this year and the years to come. So focus is actually, we pay, the soft skills, or we can say meta skilling, upskilling. That's a major, focus for skill development department.
All right. So with the recent announcements and overall national focus around Atmanirbhar Bharat and pushing for micro-entrepreneurship, self-employment, how is your mission catering to entrepreneurship and small business setups?
Actually, all the training programs have this entrepreneurship component. Besides imparting them training in hard skills, soft skills, but there are training programs, components that focus on entrepreneurship. a sizable chunk of these training pass outs are actually, establishing their businesses. They take financial support either from banks or from Mudra loan scheme or our own, entrepreneurship programs here, which are run by the, government here. So also we are now actually trying to build a collaboration with our own this institute, which is called Entrepreneurship Development Institute. In fact, yesterday, Principal Secretary Skill Development had a meeting with the Director of Skill Development, Director, Entrepreneurship Development, and others in order to provide entrepreneurship training and financial support to the skill pass outs. So those collaborations are being built. We are also trying to explore, how can we do entrepreneurship, focus on entrepreneurship with the collaboration of, institutions and corporations outside as well. In fact, last year we did also conclave, here, wherein we have business people coming here and networking with our training pass outs. We're also trying to do this year a program. Unfortunately, COVID did not allow us to do that. Training 50 young entrepreneurs here and taking them also to visit for educational exposure visit to the rest of the country, institutions there, corporate sectors there, so that they will get to know the learnings from other similar setups, and then try to replicate it or learn from those experiences and how can they be applied here. So there is a focus on entrepreneurship here, both at the government level as well as the private institutions are doing themselves, and the individual level as well. The training pass outs are actually making an effort to create entrepreneurial units. A good number of them are female candidates, or whether they are opening their boutiques. In fact, we have boutiques in Upara district, in Srinagar, in Jammu, and other districts, far-flung districts, Doda, and other places. And we are also girls opening the beauty salons as well. So, which is, I think, trend among the kind of female part candidates establishing such a unit in their neighborhood home.
All right. So, post-COVID, how have you tried to adapt these programs? Because in-person classes are not happening, and you might have moved to an online medium. So how have you adapted these programs? And can you also speak a bit about the Let's Skill It initiative that you're doing?
Skilling, actually, the programs which we do are majorly beneficiary programs. Majority of them are either come from the marginalized communities, or either who are school dropouts, college dropouts, and come from the communities which are not economically that well off. So doing the online program is not that easy for us, especially when the institutions, are being run by private players, and there comes a question of how do we, on what norms we are going to take payment for these programs, right? And then skilling, which has to do actually have to have a hands-on training, majorly hard skills. So it's not many times easy to do through online mode. But what we did, we started a very special program. We called it COVID-19 Let's Skill It. As was small, so Skill It. And a special training program, we started 10-day crash courses in different skill sets, which was not actually focusing on marginalized communities either. So wherein we had, since people were staying indoors, we thought, why not to grab this opportunity and take skill training at their doorstep. So we have skilling. We did skill courses in mask making, in PPE making, and we did on cybersecurity. We did beauty and makeup. We did web designing. We did graphic designing, and other courses which did not need a hands-on training on there. So these courses also, which we had. Majority of people were either they were housewives, They are like research scholars, doctors, engineers, businessmen who normally otherwise will not take skill training courses. So
Right.
this was kind of add-on skilling for them, right? And I had this one of the candidates I interacted with. She wants to establish a dairy farm, a
Wow.
PhD pass out, and she took our entrepreneurship development program, and we had got these experts from different parts of country who actually guided them how to set up businesses. Likewise, we had people from somebody from what interestingly this program did also, it bridged gaps between districts and regions. You have person from Jammu taking the class and person from Kashmir taking the same class. Otherwise,
Right.
they will be confined into their own districts or
Right.
centers. Likewise, I had one candidate in one course, duty I can make up from Noida taking the same program,
Mhm.
right? So it was free, it was available for everyone. So we actually trained around 1,100 people in this program. So we are actually trying to scale it up, hoping to see how it will work out. But it will be majorly in the areas where you don't need much of, actually on-the-job training, which is like or in the workshop, training. So these kind of courses we are trying to actually explore. But in future, uh, I think COVID is a reality, and distance education or skilling also has to be explored how that can be done, and that is actually something which we are trying to do.
Right. So my next question is to understand how you're planning the future avenues to explore more opportunities for the youth, and how you're trying to engage and leverage the institutional partnerships that you have for this nationally as well as internationally.
See, couple of things. We are one is the training part, another is the institutional building. Two things which we are trying to do. One, we will be coming up with a skill policy, and we are
Okay.
coming up with youth aspiration, skill gap, and skill policy. I think this year, hopefully, COVID should allow us to do that, right?
Yes.
So, if COVID allows us to do that, we'll do that. And also for convergence of skilling, we are actually creating that management information system this year. Full-fledged, that will be actually not only for the registering of the candidates, but also the tracking of candidates. Because most of the pass outs, we don't know where they go. So it's very important to track them at least for a year or so and to know which industry and which direction they are going. So,
Right.
and also bring all the skill training programs on one platform. That is, and besides that, for institutional strengthening, we are actually strengthening each district skill unit. We have now established every district has a district skill unit and district skill committees who are actually empowered to design the skill action plan for their respective districts. They'll be provided the funding for implementing these programs. So each district action plan which we'll have already this year, and also in terms of training part, we'll be actually we have always envisioned it under Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana. We are projected to train around 1,51,000 people next few years in the scheme. But also what we are trying to do is now have training for marginalized groups.
Right.
Marginalized groups, which is like training in orphanages, madrasas, in juvenile homes. So these three areas which we are trying to focus on, providing them the hard and employment of these people. And also, which I already mentioned, is about institutional development. We are faculty development programs, and also we are envisioning to do this career counseling training programs for the instructors. This year, we are also envisioning to start, I think, establish with the support of Government of India, India International Skills Center here to actually train youth for global job market, but also create a center of excellence for preservation, promotion, and for heritage skill.
Wow.
That is actually Government of India has kind of given go ahead to run it for 3 years here, and then finally transfer it to J&K government here. So that will be something which addresses your both the questions which you initially raised about what will be preservation and promotion of heritage and traditional skills, as well as promotion for the aspirational skills. So while existing programs are taking care of it, but International Skill Center will actually will help those who are actually working for aspirational skills, but also for the promotion, glamorization, preservation of the traditional skills. Center of Excellence for Heritage Center will work in that direction. I'm sure these both institutions will play a pivotal role in, bringing champion skill map.
Right. Thank you so much for joining us today, and all of us are looking forward to see all these initiatives by your mission come into picture in coming days and drive the development in the region, because it's such a challenging region to work in and mobilize the community. So best of luck for that.
Thank you very much. So of course, it's a very challenging task to do skilling here for you. But every problem is an opportunity, every challenge is an opportunity. So we take it as an opportunity to train our youth, which is like 70% of our youth is like below the age of 35. It provides a great opportunity to invest in them and build their capacities, provide jobs to them, provide employment opportunities to them, provide entrepreneurship opportunities to them. And that's the direction which we are taking. And hopefully, we should be able to achieve our goal. And with your support, thank you very much.
Thank you.